Good day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel, that hub that keeps you updated on every news and updates pertaining to the political system in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, especially as it borders the political system that affects the masses and the welfare of people in Nigeria. Of course, that's what we do here, okay? Thanks for joining us. Now, I want to go straight and talk, okay? I want us to put two and two together. Let's forget information in the public space. Let's forget information from the mainstream media. Let's use our brains. We are Nigerians that have gone to school. Even though you haven't, you still have brains to reason, okay? So I would say every average Nigerian has the brain to reason. Of course, just like any other human being, okay? So in as much as we have brains, very, very good and intellectual brains Nigerians have. Because I've noticed that in Nigeria, if you are not academically inclined, you are, let's say, skill inclined. Yes, so if you're not an academician, you are a craftsman, or you can be both. Yes, that's an added advantage on you, right? For you, rather. So let's talk now. Who is the real Bola Ahmed Tinibu? I want to make some, conclusions from some findings I did. Okay, let us establish these together. Who is this Bola Tinibu? Some time ago, I brought you an update about a certain man that spoke in Yoruba language, and he tried to reveal to the general public who Bola Tinubu was. In Yoruba, it was translated in English. Okay, that particular documentary was translated in English. Now, watch a bit so that we'll be able to, after we establish that fact, I want you to watch and listen to that part where he said something very, very important. Remember this documentary? Now, watch it.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu, orúkọ ẹ̀kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹni Bola Ahmed Tinubu tó lo orúkọ ẹ̀, ọmọ bàbá K.O. Tinubu ni. Bàbá K.O. Tinubu is Kafaru Oluwole Tinubu.
Okay, you've heard it there. He said Bola A. Tinubu. Okay, he said Bola A. Tinubu was what? Now, he said he was not the son of that Baba Kafaru Tinibu. That is what the man said there. Okay, now let us try to establish these facts together. From the video, Bola Tinubu is linked to one Baba Alhaji Kafaru Tinubu. He is linked. He is not his son, from what that man said there, but he was linked to Baba Kafaru A. Tinibu. Now, Baba Kafaru A. Tinibu is a former commissioner for health and a retired police chief. That is who he is in Nigeria. I have made discoveries and I found out that, yes. Now, this same Baba Kafaru Tinubu, sources have revealed and investigations have revealed that this Alhaji Baba Kafaru Tinubu is the elder brother. Listen, please, let us establish these things together. He is the elder brother to Alhaja Abibatu Mogaji. And Alhaja Abibatu Mogaji is the alleged adopted mother of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Not real, because we are yet to establish if she is his real mother or not. Because when you check, Mogaji, the Alhaja Mogaji Tinubu is from Lagos State. Okay? Forget that Bola Tinubu was a governor of Lagos State. But there are doubts whether if he was from Lagos State or from Osun or Ogun State, to be very, very precise. Okay, so for now, she is known as the adopted mother or the mother of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the alleged owner of the Richard Daly College document with female gender specifications, okay, that is the Bola A. Tinubu's document that was submitted to Chicago State University. The alleged owner, who was a female, according to the gender specification, is allegedly rumored to be Baba Kafaru Tinubu's daughter. Listen, please. That is what findings have shown. Okay, so the Bola A Tinibu that was allegedly that her result showed Richard Daly College, formerly known as Southwestern College, is allegedly the daughter to this Baba Kafaru A Tinibu. Please stay tuned. I'm getting there. All right, and she's actually believed to have died. We're yet to see proofs, but she's believed, according to sources, that she has died, and she was replaced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the link we're trying to establish here is the fact that this Baba Kafaru Tinubu allegedly helped Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, to get a new identity of his own daughter. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Please, let's establish these facts together so that we would link up and arrive at the same answer. Okay, that means somehow, the adopted mother of Bola Tinubu and this same other woman that is known as Bola A Tinubu were specifically related to Kafaru Tinubu. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now listen. Kafaru Tinubu is allegedly, according to sources and findings, you can see, is allegedly the father to Jubril Adewale Tinubu. And Jubril Adewale Tinubu is a Nigerian business mogul and the chief executive of Owando PLC. Alright, now let us put these links together. Please, let's establish these things together. It is said, according to the profile of this same Adewale Tinubu, this Jubril Adewale Tinubu, when you check his profile, Adewale Tinubu on Google, you notice that there were no parents that were mentioned. Forget that we linked him to Kafaru Tinubu. There were no parents that were mentioned. Just that what was mentioned there was that he is the nephew of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's all. Alright, please get this straight. It was mentioned that he is the nephew of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That means invariably he is the son to Bola Ahmed, the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu's either sister or brother. That is whose son Adewale is. Okay. Now, we are yet to establish if Bola Tinubu has any relations. That is, direct relations, brother or sister. We have not heard. Nobody has come out ever to say he was the brother or he was the sister or they were the brothers and sister of Bola A Tinubu, this president, the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Alright. Now, if you check Adewale Tinubu's profile on Google, since these things were not mentioned, there is something fishy. Okay, there is something fishy. Now, no one knows Bola Ahmed Tinubu's father till date. Please pay attention. No one knows Bola Ahmed Tinubu's father till date. Okay, yes, and that is why we are bringing this expose, so that we'll be able to think rationally as human beings. Let us do the investigations ourselves, okay? So that you know what we are talking about. Let these people not take us for a ride. Alright. Now listen. The owner of Owando, Adewale Jubril Tinubu, the nephew of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Alright. Now, Baba Kafaru Tinubu. Please, let's pay attention to this. Baba Kafaru Tinubu, the father of Mogaji Abibat, that is the alleged adopted mother of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The supposedly female Bola A Tinubu was linked to Baba Kafaru. That means Mogaji and Bola A Tinubu, the woman, were relations. Alright, so whose son was the CEO of Owando? No parent was mentioned in his profile. Doesn't he have parents? Every big man in Nigeria, or every businessman or every well-to-do man or every famous person that has a very, very clean past has his parents' name mentioned in his profile on Google or on Wikipedia as a form of public accessibility to his or her background. Why is the CEO of Wando having these discrepancies in his own past? If he was a nephew of Tinibu, show us who his parents were. Please. Because it is now established that maybe his father was Kafaru A. Tinibu. If his father was Kafaru O. Tinibu, I beg your pardon, then how does Bola Tinibu come in? Please listen to this. Only his mother, the mother of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu, Chief Mrs. Abibatu Mogaji, the former Iyaloja of Lagos, was known. Only her name was mentioned in the space provided for parents in the president's profile on Wikipedia. Only his mother's name. Now, so evidently, from what I've said all this while, Tinibu is the maternal family name of Bola Ahmed Tinibu, the president. Please listen. Yes, because Mogaji Abibat, the daughter of Kafaru, that means before she got married to whoever she got married to, her name was Mogaji Tinibu, right? That aside. Then, the allegedly deceased Bola A. Tinibu, her own surname too is Tinibu, obviously. Okay? That means from the maternal side. And this same guy, Adewale Tinibu, that means somehow he is still from the maternal side, right? Okay. If Tinibu is the maternal family name of Bola Ahmed Tinibu, now mind you, this is Nigeria. This particular thing is happening in Nigeria, let me say, where we all are supposed, of course, by birth, by tradition, by culture, and by our origin in Nigeria, we are supposed to claim paternal origin of any child. That is how a child should claim his own origin. Paternity of a child is very, very important. So that is why we end up answering surnames back in Nigeria. Okay, so we're supposed to claim paternal origin unless there are issues of child's paternity right from conception in the womb. Then there will be cases where the child, maybe there were discrepancies in his birth, his father denied and all that, something like that, and then the child will be allowed to answer his maternal family name for posterity's sake. Okay, yes. So, unless there were discrepancies from conception, okay, if there were not, which we have heard of, nobody has even come out to say anything that had to surround his birth or anything. That means his birth was actually natural. Everything was okay. He had a father and a mother, of course, as it should be. Okay. Why is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu then not having a different surname or a different paternal family name? Why is he answering Tinubu, the family name from his maternal side? Why? I don't know if you understand me. Is it a coincidence that his paternal and maternal family name are the same? Is this just a coincidence? Yes, so that brings me to the end of this analysis. I tried to leave it short because there are lots to say. Okay, this brief analysis should please serve as an insight for us to go in and see that this man is a total stranger. So if we begin to probe him, you start to probe him from home. Do you understand me? But that is not our prerequisite right now. That is not our priority right now. The priority is for him to be disqualified under section 137 that says, according to the Constitution, that gives the requirement of anyone who must run for the highest seat in the land. What am I trying to say? In the case where whoever is the candidate that she wanted to run for president presents a forged certificate, he should be disqualified not to run for the most important and highest seat in the land. That is what the Electoral Act says. I beg your pardon. The Electoral Act. That is what it says. Okay. So let us all leave it at this point for more details to come forth. Okay. Because this analysis, I think, will take us to where we want to for now. Now, finally, I would like to give you a brief, not brief though, a very, very wide range of explanation on what happened, how his certificate came to being, and what people are really, what the truth is. Because when you go by the newspapers and by the dailies and by the mainstream media, you may be forced to believe Asiwaju is innocent. Yes, because they are all saying the registrar of Chicago State University has authenticated his results. But no, I have a documentary, very short one, an interview rather, about the legal and political view of political verification of Bola Ahmed Tinibu's certificate. Former Attorney General of Benue State, Dr. Alex Adumte, has given a broad insight on the saga surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinibu certificate forgery. Okay, and this one should be the last nail on the coffin because it is quite revealing. Bola Ahmed Tinibu may not survive this. Please stay tuned and watch this video.
Called Bola A. Tinibu was admitted in Chicago State University in 1977. Now, with respect to whether or not Chicago State University issued a diploma to such a student in 1977, the registrar said no.
That's what he said?
Yes, that's exactly what he said. Because when Atiku's lawyers drew his attention that have you ever seen a copy of this certificate that Tinibu presented to INEC in Nigeria as a qualifying certificate to contest election, his answer was, I have only seen this certificate in the course of the proceedings in Nigeria. It is not on our records in Chicago State University. And we cannot certify that we issued this certificate. And that is true. Because if you look at the documents released to Atiku, particularly document 0026, it speaks volumes as to whether or not that said Bola A. Tinibu actually graduated from Chicago State University. And why do I say so? Because the document says the student failed English and is required to go back and sit for English 222. And there is no further record to show that Bola A. Tinibu went back to sit for that particular course, which was a requirement, a condition precedent for admission into Chicago State University. Mind you, the Bola A. Tinibu, who in one instance is female, in another instance is male, what was presented as the qualifying certificate for admission into Chicago State University was a GCE certificate purportedly obtained from Government College in 1970. And Government College Lagos, which is supposed to be the issuer of that same certificate, was not in existence up until 1974. And if we look at the subjects that are contained on the GCE certificate, it was physics, chemistry, and biology. There was no mathematics and there was no English. And the requirements for you to graduate from Chicago State University is that you must have a credit in English and in mathematics. So if you look at the deposition documents, particularly document 0017, document 0026, document 0027, document 0028, document 0029, and document 0032. They speak volume about the said Bola A. Tinibu, who was supposed to have been a student of Chicago State University, but who never qualified to be issued a certificate because he never graduated from the university. It is possible for a student to go to a school because education is a process. Now, you get admitted, you undertake lectures, you write exams, you do for higher education, you do something like maybe a long essay or a project or a thesis or a dissertation. Upon the completion of all of this, if you have passed every subject, then you're issued with a certificate evidencing the fact that you were a graduate of this university.
Do they issue certificates? Or because what I learned is that the certificate is always issued once. And
no,
whatever
upon
you
graduation,
ask for,
upon graduation,
but
you
when
are issued with a certificate.
certificate.
Now, in 1979, no certificate was issued
At
to
that
any
time,
Bola A. Tinibu.
No certificate.
That's what the registrar says. That's what they said. No certificate was issued. And if you look at the type of certificate...
Sorry, please,
yes.
let me ask this. The registrar admitted that Bola A. Tinibu attended the school.
Attendance is one thing. Graduating from the school and earning the certificate is another different thing altogether. Education through the university or through that is a process. It's not an event. You can be admitted to ABU Zaria today for a 4-year program course. You can do up to the 3rd year. You can do even up to the 4th year. Now, if you have carryovers, you are required to go back and remedy those carryovers. Now, in this case, it was not even carryover per se within the university. There were deficiencies in the entry qualification which were dictated by the Chicago State University, which the student Bola A. Tinibu, whoever he was or she was directed to go back. If you look at that deposition document 0026, if you want, I can read exactly what document 0026 said. And I'll put it to say, you have not passed the English qualifying exam, and the credits that you have previously earned in composition will not be recorded on your transcript until you have passed the examination. You should enroll in English 222. A passing score on English qualifying examination has been required prior to admission into any major or professional program for students admitted into the university as of September 1975. That particular precondition, precedent, was not fulfilled by that candidate. So no certificate was issued. And that's exactly what the registrar said. So any correlation, any interpretation that is different from what is on the records of the proceedings in the Chicago court is not what is available on record that to be used as evidence in court. So that's the correct interpretation. That certificate wasn't issued. And if you look at, there are several other errors on the certificate, which I need not point out. These things have been in the public domain. But this particular one, it's important that this point is made. Because it is not even the attendance of the university that article is before the presidential election petition, or was before the presidential election petition tribunal, or is appealing to the Supreme Court. Article is appealing to the Supreme Court on the basis of the provisions of Section 137, subsection 1J, and Section 134, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act. The earlier reference refers to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which says that no candidate shall be qualified to contest for election as a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria if such a candidate has presented a forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission. So it is not a question of attendance. Granted, Bola A. Tinibu attended Chicago State University. The question is the certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinibu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today, as it is, presented to INEC to contest for the 2023 general election, was it a valid certificate issued by the Chicago State University? The registrar has said no. We are not aware.
So where are the information that we are getting that the registrar gave it a pass that what Bola Ahmed Tinibu submitted to INEC is actually coming from their school?
Ijoma, the depositions in court in Chicago are available everywhere. These documents have been certified. They have been published. And so any other interpretation that is skewed to make a misrepresentation to the public, it's simply because the public itself is not paying attention and reading exactly what the documents are. I refer you to this day this morning. This day this morning's headline was bold that Chicago State University Registrar denies knowledge of the certificate Bola Ahmed Tinibu, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, presented to INEC. So there is no confusion at all. In law, we say res ipsa loquitur. The facts are on the face of the document, and the facts speaks for themselves.
Okay, let's go back to that section 137 that
Yes.
you said. They are qualifications for you to run as a president.
Yes.
And if you go to section subsection 1A, it says subject to the provisions of 28 of this constitution, he has voluntarily acquired the citizen of a country, which is one of the qualifications.
Yes.
And except in such cases as may be prescribed by the National Assembly, he has made a declaration of allegiance to such other countries. That's a different matter.
These are different issues.
This has to do with the issue of the certificate now.
The issue of the certificate,
If-
read section 137, subsection 1J. It's there.
Hold on.
You have a copy of the constitution.
Yes,
Read it.
that's where. Why I'm going to that is simple. If what section 1J has said presented a first certificate to the Independent
Exactly.
National Electoral Commission.
Exactly.
That is one reason that he may be disqualified.
Yes.
And that's what some persons are
That is
calling for
a
his
strict
disqualification.
liability offense.
Okay, but that was not part of what you asked for at the tribunal. With the Supreme
That's a
Court,
fallacy.
With the Supreme Court now go ahead and say, okay, let us add it.
Yes, you've heard it all, right? You've heard it all. And you've seen that there are lots of things that you did not even know about the deposition, about the provisions of the law, about how he should be disqualified, about why he should be disqualified, and what has been going on behind the scenes. Thank you so much for staying to this point. I hope you enjoyed our updates. I would like to say, please make this particular video go viral. If it doesn't go viral, we are not actually trying our best to make Nigeria a better place. Let it go viral. Share it to everybody. Like our videos too. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section, as you guys always do. I will thank you because you're trying your best for us, alright? Then I would also say, tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that we'll get to link up when I drop a new update. From my table, I'm saying, see you next time. Bye.